What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Guys, I told you in my last video that I'm going to show you something spectacular in this video. And guess what? We're going to go back to that. Remember that Apollo 8 video that I showed you was supposed to be from the far side of the moon? Well, we're going back to it. This time in a different area. Now, let's get into that because I want to show you. Last time we did this, we were at the 1 minute and 15 second mark. This time, we're at the 1 minute and 3 second mark, as you can see right here in the lower left. Okay, again, same page I showed you guys in my other prior, not last video, but prior to that. We had the LROC, or the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. And of course, it's saying first to see the far side. All right, again, here we are. Now, most people will say, hey, Chris, you know what? I don't know why it just looks so darn fake. I don't know whether to believe this stuff or not, right? And I would agree with you. When I look at this, I just go, yeah, it's complete trash. Come on now. I mean, look at this. But you know why it's like that? I'm going to tell you why. One, it's manipulated, obfuscated, and it's been washed. And this is the reason why you can't see anything any real value. I mean, you can see some darker areas. You can see over here on the left, and almost left of center, right here, the crater, another crater, what looks like another crater. One on the bottom here looks like a crater. But there's really no contrasting areas, right? You know, I mean, you always see the moon. It's always like super bright. It is to a certain degree, but when you're this close looking down at this angle, it's still going to be bright, but not as bright as you think. In other words, you're going to see shadowing, a lot of shadows and stuff like that. So again, let me show you this. This is cool. We're going to go into Photoshop, and here it is. Now, when you zoom into this, what do you see? You see nothing here. Now, first of all, this is a small picture, so guess what happens? It starts to fall apart. Well, see how it's like all fuzzy and grainy? That's what they're counting on. When you zoom in on the photo, it looks like crap. Well, if you were to make the photo bigger, which I usually do for you guys, you'll see much more in it. Now, I don't know if you guys can see these right off the bat, but you can see what it looks like. Well, went a little too far because we should be at the 500 mark. Well, pretty darn close. It was just 5. Right, yeah, see it? All right. Right here, there's 1, 2, 3 objects on what looks like platforms. You'll see that a whole lot better. Something over here at the top looks like a craft or some kind of structure sticking out of the side of this hillside. And there's so much more. Let's get into that. So I'm going to back way out because I'm going to make it bigger and then darken it for you guys. In fact, let's do this one first. And here we are. Now, this is the very first one I did, meaning the first step that I've taken. And you can see so much more detail, guys. Look at this. Oh, my God. Now, let's zoom in, and then I'm going to show you these objects even better. Okay? So the main thing for me is this area right here. And I'm going to go ahead and circle that so we can see that much better. My biggest thing is this area right here. Oh, my God. This is absolutely awesome. Now, let's zoom in, see what we're talking about here. Right here, you can see these objects right here. There's 3 of them. Okay? It actually looks like maybe a 4th right here in this piece right here. But check the way these things are. Look at the way they're shaped. This goes like this. And again, I'm going to show you this even clearer than it is now. Okay? And don't forget to use your magnifiers, guys. It's very important because I'm going to back out just a little bit. You guys can pause it, as always, and check it out. Check this out. Looks like these dome-type things on these platforms. All right? This object right here, look at the way the base of this thing is. This is absolutely cool. Now, check this one out. This one looks like it's got these nice corners to this platform that it's on. See that? And whatever this item is, it has some height to it right here. Of course, that's really sloppy, but you get the idea, right? Here's another little object right here. And this is where you see a lot more detail. Right in here. Check this out. Check this object out right there. It's like, seriously? Look at the way this thing has something coming off of it. Comes down like this, goes around. Not sure if this is like just a pathway or whatever, but it has this object sitting right on it. And it gets better. All of these objects around it. Check it out. One here. One here. Now, let me get rid of all of those for a minute so you guys can... I'm going to back out just a hair bit. Pause it where you want and have a look at this thing. Right here, you can pause it. And check some of these things out. Oh, my God. When I even seen this blew my mind. There's so many things in this area alone that does not look natural. It sure in hell is not a crater. And these things are just on the surface of the moon. And some people will argue, well, how come these people with good telescopes can't see this? Well, first of all, they got 2 things going against them. One, the Earth's atmosphere, you know, because you've got that atmospheric distortion going on. And then on top of that, you're nowhere near the moon to be able to see the details this thing is showing. So you got to remember, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter is literally just orbiting around the moon. So it can get some phenomenal pictures, right? But this is the reason why we're seeing a lot of darker areas. They're doing everything they can to try to mask and get rid of these things, right? So let me lighten this up for you guys. You guys will see that a little bit better. So I highlighted the areas that are, to me, of a greater interest. And, oh my God, I mean, there's no way around this, to me. At least that's my opinion. Nobody has to agree. I always tell you guys that. But check these things out. Let me just go to the far left. Look at these objects right here. What? Really? Check that out. Look at the little structures in here. Look at this thing on this, what looks like it looks like it's literally standing up. It's got legs with a disc and something right in the middle. They always look like this weird, I don't know how to explain. It's like a candy bar, like they're elongated, you know what I mean? Like they're oval or candy bar-ish, kind of like sitting on a platform. I don't know if you guys noticed that too, but it just has that weird look to it, right? Now we're going to go back over to here, let you guys see this a little bit better. Check that out. These, like I said, look at the way those are. There's no way you're going to have craters that do that. Not the way they're shaped like that. And they're pretty much together. You got these objects that are coming off here. I'm not even sure what this black area is. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. But there's something right there. And look at the way this thing comes off and goes back. And looks like it kind of goes behind this distortion. But you can still see white in there. See that guy right there, guys? Check that out. You got this area that continues on from that area. You can see that. Check this out, guys. Right there. Whatever this thing is, goes like this. Stops right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. It goes up. It's very, very faint, this white area, and goes back over and goes back into that. I just noticed that now, guys. I didn't even enhance that. I just noticed it now. Yeah, back up a little bit. You guys can have a look again. Just pause it and have a look at it. And I don't even know what to make of this stuff up here. I don't even know what to make of that all up here. This, to me, looks like some kind of spacecraft or some large structure sticking right out of this hillside. What do you guys think? It's clearly not some kind of crater, right? Something up at the top here. Now I'm going to make this a little bit darker so we can bring down the whiter areas. Well, before we do that, let's do this. All right, now let's go down to the bottom of this photo and check this out. I'm not sure what to make of that thing. It's literally sitting on this whited area. Right here. Not sure what to make of this thing here. It actually looks like it has this weird piece right there with this circle. You guys see that? Right there on top of this, or on the side of this object, right here. I don't even know what to make of that. That is just absolutely awesome to me. I'm going to back up just a hair bit so we can get a better idea with this thing. Check this out. In this crater, right? Look at these objects sitting right here. Again, they're on platforms. Look at this. And notice the actual shape of this thing right here. Goes over, almost like an octagon shape. A little sloppy there, but you get what I'm saying. Let's try to do that again. Again, I'm on this mouse pad and I'm trying to get this thing. And then, of course, you really can't see the other side of it because it's the other side, and you clearly can't see that. But there's another object here. Another object here. Now, what's funny about it is if you look really closely right here with your magnifiers, and I'm going to get these arrows out of the way in a second, looks like little legs right there. Yeah, very faintly, but they look like they have little legs or something standing down on that surface. Maybe because this lunar surface is so uneven that they use these things to level it and level these platforms, right? Make them, a certain distance, just build right off it. Kind of like when you do at a beach house. Like some people build these houses like right off a cliff. They actually have it sticking out over the cliff. Well, obviously you're going to have to build these things to be the right length so that the platform that the house sits on is actually even, right? Yeah, crazy here. Guys, to be honest, I didn't even expect to see this kind of stuff here. Never expected it in a million years. Look at this right here. What are those things right there? See it? There's other objects right here. Not sure what to make of that. Is that structural? What are we looking at here, guys? Check this out down here. I didn't even notice this before. Down on the bottom, you guys can pause this if you want. Other objects right here. Yeah, there's way too many of these shapes in here that look like structures to be natural. At least in my opinion, that's the way I feel. Look at these objects, man. It's just crazy. Let me jump back over here because I said I would zoom in. For anybody who's not using a magnifier. Probably on your small phones or whatever you are. Maybe a tablet. Check that out. Let's bounce over here a little bit. See if we can find anything over here. I mean, look at this. Something right there, and it's actually a little shadow to it. You guys see that? Notice you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got what looks like a white platform here with something whiter sticking right out. And notice right underneath it has a shadow. See that? Actually has a shadow under that thing. Yeah, these are the real deal here, guys. This stuff is real. I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm not sure if that's just the edge of the crater, and it could very well be. I'm okay with that. But look in between, you can see these little pieces, and some of them, to be honest with you, they kind of look like dilapidated kind of thing. Like they just look like, just kind of like off to the center, or they're not standing normal. They're kind of like slanted. Like I'm not sure what to make of this thing here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here. Right there. See that? And all these other little pieces in here. See this? There's like a bunch of these little pads with these things on top of it. See them? They're all over the place. These are not craters, guys. These are structural. To me, they are. Now, I said I would show you these objects a little bit clearer. Let's jump back over to here, and I want to show you this. All right, so let's go back over here, and we'll darken this up to bring down some of these brighter areas. I'll just go ahead and do this. All right, now let's zoom back in and check this stuff out, guys. Oh, my God. When I seen these things, I was just, oh, my God. There's no way on God's green moon. You almost caught you there, huh? And I believe there is a lot of green on there. If you look at the moon, there is actually colors on the moon. I've seen that with my own telescope. But check these things out. We've got these weird-looking layer things here that look like they're doing this. You've got these objects right here that are on platforms. They're structural. This object here. And again, look, notice the shape of the flat base that it's sitting on. Anybody who says that's natural, you got to screw loose. Check this out. Right here. Again, it looks like, I don't know if that's just part of this white piece, but it looks like a disc type thing and something sitting right on top. You see that? It almost looks like this dome. Very faint line here, guys, but it looks like a dome there. See this? Right there. Let's keep going on this. I try to sharpen it up a little bit. I'm going to back out so you guys can have a better look at this. And it might look a little bit grainier, but have a good look at this now. Let's keep going on this. Put a little blue and yellow filter into that. You guys can get a better look now. Pause it. Brighten it up a hair bit. And then brought that brightness down with the filtering. So now let me jump over to this other one because I want to show you this a little clearer. And this was small right here. I'm going to show you this because this is how big this thing was. That size, that's how big the picture was. And watch this. Much bigger. Now we can zoom in, and I'm going to show you these things a little bit more clearer. And then I'm going to let you guys have the final thought. Here we go. Do this here first. And notice these objects a little bit better, or about the equivalent. But check this out. This whole area to me is insane. When I seen this again, it was just like, whoa, wow. There's something, I don't even know what to make of this. See the size of this thing? You know, it's like, it's all white down here, and then this huge monstrous looking thing sitting right here. Now, people say, well, clearly it was some kind of meteor or something that hit the moon. Well, then why doesn't it have a crater the size of this whole darn area? It should be at least this darn big with a rock that size, because, again, we got this ejecta that comes flying outward, right, in all directions. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing that at all. So clearly, to me, unless the thing came in at a real slow rate and just kind of just slowed down and then stopped and just poof, and that was it. That's a good possibility, right? Usually that's not the rule. They usually traveling pretty fast through space, right? I don't know if you guys seen this too. This is pretty cool. You got these right here. 1, 2. I'm just going to make little lines instead of just dots so you guys can see that a little bit better. These pieces right here. Right in this area. But if you notice too, I can see something right here. I don't know if it's just blurred out or what it is, but you can see these things that look like they're like standing up. Very, very blurry, but they're there. Also, take note of this. See this right here? Looks like it has a round circle right there. You guys can see that right in there. And it has a damn structure sitting right on top of this thing. I think these things are made to look like rocks. I think that it's part of their camouflage. I've seen live photos of the moon where, they literally look like they put their own crap over it. Kind of like when you have like these camouflage netting and you want to put it over equipment like the service, people in the service like Marines, Armies, and stuff like that, where they put this stuff over to camouflage it. It's like they're doing that, but yet you can see the structure inset and you can see it inside this manipulation, right? To me, this is right here. This is a complex. Look at that. That is some kind of structural complex, and it's fanning out all in different areas. Look at these structures, man. Like I said, guys, when I seen this and enhance this, I couldn't wait to bring this to you guys. This is what makes it all worth it to me. And, and to be truthful with you, I don't even have to make these videos. I could just be doing these like I was doing to begin with, because I was looking at these pictures long before I was making videos. But I just wanted to share these, and this is what makes it all worth it, man. This is just cool. And, and I think it's cool that everybody takes part in this and they decide to look at this stuff themselves, right? Either the simplistic way, whether it's just with an eyepiece, a magnifier, and then weighing in what you guys are seeing, because you may not see the same thing I'm seeing, right? Might be something totally different. Here's another object I just saw. Check this out. Again, the octagon shape, this hexagon shape type thing. See that right there? It's not exactly super clear, but it is there regardless. You guys see that? Of course, I'm not doing a very straight job of that. And I can look at another one right there. Go ahead and blur it up a little bit, but I'd rather sharpen it so we can see the real shape of these objects. Okay, one more glance at this, and then we're out. What do you guys think? Guys, share the hell out of this video. People need to start seeing this stuff because it's right there smack dab in our face if we just look for it. What are we seeing here? I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing structures everywhere. Is there anything else you guys see that I don't? Because look at this. I mean, it's everywhere you look, man. To me, there's no way that these are craters. They absolutely show there's some intelligent life was on here or still is. I believe it's both. I believe they're both inside the moon and outside the moon. Why not? Right? Why not? Because there's always going to be a chance that these surface structures can get hit by meteors or some kind of space rock, right? So you can almost bet that these may be facilities that just maintain the outside. Who knows, right? I don't know. It's pure speculation. You guys know that. But when you look at this, you can't help but to go, okay, seriously, what's going on here? Clearly, these things are here, and this is the reason why these guys were on the moon, right from the word go. They saw something on this moon and said, we need to get up there, we need to do it now. It wasn't like, hey, let's check a couple moon rocks and stuff like that. Guaranteed, that's not even the reason why. There was nothing more than a PR move, and there's nothing but a bunch of crap just to feed the public. So we'll go, oh, well, they're just up there looking for moon rocks. Yeah, we're going to spend millions and millions of dollars, taking chances of astronauts dying, just to go up and look at a couple rocks. Why couldn't they just do like they want to do now? They want to take, put a lander there, take a sample, bring it back. Why didn't they just do that way back in the 60s? Why didn't they just do it then? You know why? Because there was something more to it. They wanted to grab these things hands-on, take 1 billion photos or whatever the hell they're looking at. Or, dissect it, pull it apart, do whatever they got to do, and then take photos of it. Because they couldn't take it back, right? So what did they do? They took 1.5 million photos. You can hide photos. Nobody's going to be none the wiser. take a couple magazines of photos and just put them away in this little box, and you got all the, detail and everything about these objects that are sitting here, and there you go. But to me, like I said, this, if you look back, I'm going to show you something. This right here, the size of this crater, right here on the right, you can see the size of this thing. It's pretty darn large, right? Okay, that would probably look like a small dot to anyone here on Earth with a telescope. So what makes them think they're going to see anything like this, these little objects inside it? This hexagon object right here. There's no way. There's no way you're going to see that. Unless, of course, you're at an observatory where it's much bigger. And even then, I think it would be difficult. Because you still have the atmospheric distortions and stuff too, right? But you're not going to see anything this small sitting there. And even if you were able to zoom in, it'd be so pixelated and distorted. And yeah, you would never see anything like this at all. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to take too much time. Went on and on. I'm just so excited to bring this to you guys. This is the reason why I just kept going on and on about it. So I hope you guys understand. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think, man. Drop your comments and thoughts. Do you think that there are still people up there? I personally do. Do you? Do you think these structures are still being used? Again, for me, they look like they look like they're still in use. They don't look like they're battered and torn apart or anything like that, right? I don't know. Again, drop your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think, right? Anyway, like the video always, because this way here, I know you guys are on board with it. And of course, with your comments, I'll know, what you guys are thinking. And again, guys, don't forget to share this video. It's very important. These, people need to see this stuff. It's there. Put it on Facebook. Put it on any of your social media. Any way you think you can put it on there. Share it with friggin' newspapers, in the UK or here or whatever, or these other sites that might want to put this stuff on there. Some people are going to call us kooks and say, oh, you're just seeing rocks. They're nothing but rocks. Whatever. You know what I mean? If they honestly think those are rocks, they got rocks in their head, man. I hate to say that, but that's the way it is. There's no way, especially the way those things are on platforms, and there's looks like roadways and tunnelways or above ground tunnels going from one object to another. Come on, man. It's time for people to start waking up. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. You guys know that, and I'll see you in the next one.